What's up, y'all? Gen X Gardener back again at the St. Paul branch. What we're gonna be doing today is planting some of the seeds that you can put in the early spring, because there's a lot of things that you don't need to wait until after frost before you plant. And we're also gonna be talking a little bit about how to treat your garden beds. So today I think I'm gonna be putting in a few different things. We're gonna be putting in some lettuce, we're gonna be putting in some spinach, some radish, and some peas. Now, one thing, if you have a garden box at home, or even if you have just a in-ground piece of land, one thing I really want to talk about is this mulch. If you have straw or wood chips or whatever that maybe you put on your garlic last fall, you want to make sure that you're pulling that off now that we're in the spring. Reason for that is mulch is a great insulator. Yes, that's why we use it in the fall, because it holds the heat in the soil a little bit longer. But it has the reverse effect in the spring. What it's doing is it's keeping the ground cold. It's actually insulating the soil from the nice warm sun. So what we want to do in the early spring is start pulling that mulch back so that the sun can start warming up this soil. Now, on my own channel, I actually have a video where I talk about soil temperatures, and I kind of show 3 different areas. One where I'd pulled off all the mulch about a week prior, one where I'd pulled off the mulch about 3 days prior, and one where the mulch was still there. Now, this is before this warm spell. Let's get that pulled back. Let's allow the sun to warm everything up, because that warmth of the soil is what's gonna help trigger the seed to spring to life. Now that we got all that pulled off, and I want to say you don't have to get everything off. A little bit of straw when it's worked into the ground is actually going to be really beneficial. You're going to get a little bit of organic matter into your soil. It's going to help with drainage because it's going to keep the soil a little bit looser. It's also going to help with that compaction. So don't feel that you have to get every little bit off, but you want to get the majority of it off, because of course you want that soil warm. You're going to want to remember that because an outdoor box like this has had the weight of the snow on it all winter, it's going to be pressed down and a little bit hard. So just breaking up the soil a little bit is going to help with that aeration. It's going to help the seeds be able to grow their roots. It's going to help the water to run right down to where the plant needs it the most. So the first thing we're going to plant in this box are peas. Now, these are sugar pea and they're going to be climbers. So one thing is I'm going to put them kind of close to over here, because we're going to have a lattice going up the wall a little bit later in the summer. Oh. Now, I was already thinking that this is really good looking soil, but when you have a worm, you know it's good soil. Oh, there's another one, look at that. That's really good to see, because that means those worms are also gonna be help breaking up the soil, keeping it nice and loose for you. I absolutely love the color on these. They're all so different and beautiful. We obviously want to cover it up and then just give a little tap down so that we know that the soil is contacting the seed on all sides. Spinach, red lettuce. I'm going to do romaine lettuce and radishes. So in less than an hour, we got the mulch pulled off, the soil's warming up, and we got 5 things planted in there. We put in peas, we put in lettuce, 2 kinds actually, spinach, and radishes. Make sure you hit subscribe, because you're gonna wanna see how we deal with this through the summer, and also how we change what we grow throughout the season. Thanks again for watching. I'm the Gen X Gardener, and this is the Brantford Public Library Garden Series for 2023. Remember, if you're not dirty, you're not doing it right. Bye-bye. After planting your seeds, you're gonna want to gently water them in. Now, in my case, I think this. Now in our case, I think the clouds are about to open up, so I'm going to skip that step today. But normally you'd want to give that. Normally you'd want to start that process of the water getting into the seeds.